hearing very grave concerns about the calibre of recruit coming in this desperate Boris Johnson-shaped attempt to bolster police numbers. It's all very well saying we are hiring thousands of new police officers, but hiring police officers who wouldn't pass muster in normal circumstances because A, morale is so low, B, the service is so riddled with racism, sexism and misogyny. Who's going to be attracted to the police service in the current climate? Who listening to this programme now is going, racism, sexism and misogyny, you say? Ooh, I shall have myself a piece of that, James. Who's going to apply in the current circumstances? So I think we've probably got an escalating problem, despite Mark Rowley's pledge to start rooting people out of the force in their hundreds. Who's going to be attracted to joining at the moment? How many people listening to this are going to go, oh, that is a job for me. I'm going to go into that rancid service. I'm going to go into that rancid environment and start cleaning up. I think, to be fair, that is the challenge that Mark Rowley has set himself. Only time will tell whether he's up to it. Only time will tell whether he really realised the scale of the challenge when he accepted it.
Yeah, there's one girl on the team, bless her, and if people recognise my voice, they're going to know who I was talking about. Beautiful girl,
Okay.
Lovely girl, in her 20s. And there was about 3 lads on the team who every briefing, they would be hounding her.
Right.
Like saying comments about her looks, about going out on dates, sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Now, but I had a view that I joined up to do my 30 years and retire. So I didn't want to. I'd never be involved in that. I wanted to be a good, honest copper, like a lot of people on the team, and I never used to get involved in it. And the one time I turned around and I said to the guy, in front of everybody, I said, no, and if he's listening, he's going to know who I am. Okay. I said to him, you're never going to pull her, leave her alone.
Yeah.
And from that point onwards, the team turned. And the problem with this, James, I knew that was going to happen, or something was going to happen, and bit by bit, that sense of if you press your emergency button, somebody's going to come out and help you when it's all going wrong.
Yes.
Or if you need backup dealing with something, they're going to be there. That slowly started to edge away.
Oh, mate.
And then you think, like, was it really worth it? Because, I'm going to be going to his pub fight in Romford Town Centre.
Yes.
And I don't know if my team's going to be turning up because I've upset the apple cart. And it was the same with other officers. Like, the moment, like, anybody thought, the irony of this all, the moment anybody thought you was a grass because you'd speak out about wrongdoing or whatever, nobody would have anything to do with you.
The people that are able to do this, quite often they can be taken on through their academic skills, their graduates and so forth, and they manage to wheedle their way up.
You didn't hear my introduction, Jed.
Okay.
Jed, you didn't hear the top of the show. I said I've spent 20 years hearing from ex-coppers about how the problem's been caused by graduates, and I'm afraid you're wrong. The problem's been caused by rapists and by colleagues who make jokes about them and give them funny nicknames.
I'm not saying that.
Well, that's what you just said.
That. No, what I'm saying is that you've got people who are working the front line dealing with day-to-day issues.
No, I don't. It doesn't wash anymore, mate.
Just hang on.
No, I won't hang on. No, I won't hang on. The police service is full of sexual abusers. It's full of misogynists. It's full of racists. That's not the fault of the graduates, mate. That's the fault of the people who complain about the graduates.
What I'm saying is the ability of those people to control the situations in the canteen.
Cobblers.
And I would say
absolute cobblers. Why can't you call your colleagues out?
It's down to leadership.
Why can't you call your colleagues out?
It's having the right.
Why can't you call your colleagues out?
Positions.
Why can't you call your colleagues out?
What, you're talking about me as an individual?
Yeah. Why do you have to wait for a graduate to do it?
I challenge everything if you're talking about my own personal position.
Oh, of course you are.
That's not where we are.
No, it is. Of course it is. We're talking about you're either part of it, you're either complicit, or you're hounded out of the force for blowing the whistle. Were you hounded out of the force for blowing the whistle?
My story is another story.
Well, I look forward to hearing it, but I'm not taking any more calls from old coppers claiming that it's all the fault of graduates and political correctness. Well, you've got rapists sitting in your canteen with nicknames referring to their attitude to women.